Hello everyone, and welcome to our special coverage. I'm glad you could join me today as we turn our attention to one of the most important topics of the season, hurricane activity in the Atlantic. As we move into the heart of summer, our focus naturally shifts to the Atlantic Ocean, an area that year after year becomes the stage for some of the world's most powerful and unpredictable storms, hurricanes. Today is August 6, 2025, and we find ourselves right in the middle of what experts are calling a particularly active hurricane season. The National Hurricane Center is on high alert, with teams of meteorologists working around the clock, tracking multiple systems as they develop and move across the ocean using the latest satellite technology and computer models. This is the peak of hurricane season, stretching from mid-August through mid-October, when the combination of warm ocean waters, humid air, and favorable wind patterns creates the perfect environment for storms to form and intensify rapidly. Right now, the Atlantic is buzzing with activity. The NHC has identified 3 separate systems that are being closely monitored, each with the potential to develop into something significant. Each of these systems is unique, with its own characteristics, projected paths, and potential threat levels. Some may remain out at sea, while others could approach land and impact communities along the coast. Our goal today is to break down what's happening in clear, simple terms so you can stay informed, make smart decisions, and be prepared for whatever comes your way. We'll walk through each system in detail, where it is right now, where it might be heading over the next few days, and what the possible impacts could be for you and your loved ones. From a named storm spinning far out in the open Atlantic, posing little immediate threat but still worth watching, to a tropical disturbance much closer to the U.S. coastline, where even a small shift in direction could mean a big difference for coastal communities. We'll cover it all. Staying informed is the first and most important step to staying safe. By understanding what's happening in the Atlantic, you can take action early, whether that means reviewing your emergency plan, gathering supplies, or simply keeping an eye on updates. So let's dive in together and see what the Atlantic has in store for us this season. There's a lot to cover, and it's all about helping you stay ahead of the storm. Let's get started. The Atlantic is like a busy weather lab with 3 systems on our radar. First, Tropical Storm Dexter, a named storm with winds over 39 miles per hour, already well-defined. Second, a broad area of low pressure forming just off the southeastern U.S. coast, less organized but close enough to matter. Third, a tropical wave just off Africa, beginning its long journey across the ocean. Dexter's main question, will it strengthen or threaten land? Spoiler, it's moving away. The coastal low, will it develop and how much rain will it bring to the southeast? The tropical wave, will it find the right conditions to grow or fizzle out? Let's break down each system and what it means for Florida and the southeast. Let's start with the headline maker, Tropical Storm Dexter. Dexter formed off North Carolina and is now moving away from the U.S., earning the nickname Fish Storm. It's only a threat to shipping lanes, not land. As of now, Dexter is hundreds of miles northwest of Bermuda, tracking east-northeast with winds around 45 miles per hour. Steering currents are guiding it safely out to sea, and wind shear plus dry air are keeping it from strengthening. The National Hurricane Center expects Dexter to weaken and dissipate over colder waters soon. For Florida and the East Coast, Dexter is no threat, just a reminder that not every storm is a danger to land. Dexter's story began as a low-pressure system over the warm Gulf Stream, quickly organizing into a named storm. Its early formation, 4th named storm by August 3rd, is ahead of schedule, hinting at an active season. But what matters most is its track. Steering patterns pushed Dexter safely out to sea. Even fish storms like Dexter impact shipping, with high waves and strong winds forcing vessels to reroute. As Dexter moves north, it will lose its tropical characteristics and become an extratropical cyclone. Its journey is a textbook example of a storm that never threatened land. The atmosphere's complexity means many storms live out their lives far from shore. We'll keep monitoring Dexter until it's gone, but for now, it's a non-issue for the U.S. Let's turn to the system closer to home. Now let's focus on a system much closer to the U.S., a broad area of low pressure expected to form off the southeast coast. Right now, it's just disorganized showers and storms, not yet a tropical depression. The NHC gives it a low chance of developing in the next 48 hours, but a higher chance, about 40%, over the next week. Its slow drift toward the coast means it could bring impacts even if it never gets a name. Wind shear or land interaction could keep it weak, but its proximity makes it important to watch. The main threat isn't wind, but rain, potentially heavy, especially for Florida and the southeast. Let's look at what this means for Florida's weather. Whether or not this system becomes a named storm, it's set to bring major changes to Florida's weather. Even if it doesn't reach hurricane status, the impacts will be felt across much of the state, with conditions shifting rapidly as the system moves closer. Floridians are no strangers to tropical weather, but each system brings its own unique set of challenges and surprises. Expect a surge of tropical moisture. Think of it as a conveyor belt dumping humid air and rain over the state. This influx of moisture will make the air feel even stickier than usual, and you'll likely notice the skies turning darker as thick clouds roll in from the coast. The atmosphere will feel heavy, and the chance for rain will increase dramatically, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Afternoon thunderstorms will become more widespread and intense, raising the risk of flooding, especially in already saturated areas. These storms could bring torrential downpours, frequent lightning, and even gusty winds. Low-lying neighborhoods and places that have seen recent rain are especially vulnerable, so it's important to keep an eye on local conditions. Central Florida and the East Coast should prepare for a very wet end to the week. Rainfall totals could quickly add up, leading to ponding on roads and possible travel delays. If you have plans to be out and about, be ready for sudden downpours and changing weather. Temperatures will drop slightly due to clouds and rain, but humidity will stay high. The air may feel cooler, but the dampness will linger, making it feel muggy and uncomfortable at times. You might notice foggy mornings or steamy afternoons as the moisture hangs around. Flooding is the main concern. Make sure storm drains are clear and stay alert for weather warnings. Local officials may issue advisories or alerts if conditions worsen, so it's a good idea to check your neighborhood drains and gutters to help prevent water from backing up into streets and homes. Never drive through flooded roads. It's impossible to judge the depth and danger. Even a few inches of moving water can sweep a car away, and hidden debris or sinkholes can make flooded roads even more hazardous. If you encounter a flooded street, turn around and find a safer route. Have a backup plan for outdoor activities. With the weather so unpredictable, it's smart to move gatherings indoors or reschedule if possible. Many local events may be postponed or canceled, so check ahead before heading out. Even weak tropical systems can bring significant impacts. Gusty winds may topple tree branches or cause minor coastal flooding, especially during high tide. Don't underestimate the power of these storms just because they aren't classified as hurricanes. Stay weather aware as this system approaches. Keep your phone charged, monitor local news and weather apps for updates, and be ready to act quickly if conditions change. Being prepared and informed is the best way to stay safe during Florida's ever-changing tropical weather. Now, let's look thousands of miles east, across the vast Atlantic Ocean, to a region just off the coast of Africa. Here, a tropical wave is emerging, an unassuming cluster of clouds and thunderstorms that, at first glance, might not seem like much. But this is the birthplace of many of the Atlantic's most powerful hurricanes, where the journey of a storm often begins. These waves are carried westward by the trade winds, setting the stage for what could become a significant weather event. At this moment, it's simply a loose collection of showers and storms, swirling over the open ocean, posing no immediate threat to land or people. But even the most destructive hurricanes often start out looking just like this, innocent and disorganized, with their future uncertain. According to the National Hurricane Center, there's currently a 0% chance this system will develop into a tropical cyclone in the next 48 hours. However, as it continues its westward trek, the odds increase significantly, a 50% chance of development over the next week. This means forecasters are watching it closely, as conditions could become more favorable for growth. The Atlantic waters are especially warm this time of year, providing the fuel these systems need to strengthen. If wind shear remains low, meaning the winds at different altitudes aren't tearing the system apart, this tropical wave could gradually organize, gaining structure and intensity as it moves westward across the ocean. Should it develop further, this system could earn the next name on the hurricane list, Erin, unless another system closer to the U.S. forms first and claims the name. Each year, these names become part of the story of the season, marking storms that are tracked and remembered. Of course, it's far too early to know if this system will ever pose a threat to the United States or any land at all. The Atlantic is vast, and many storms never make it across, dissipating over open water or curving harmlessly away. There are countless factors that could influence its path and intensity, shifting winds, dry air, or even interaction with other weather systems. Forecast models offer a range of possibilities, but predicting a storm's future this early is always a challenge. For now, this system is simply one to watch, a distant reminder that the seeds of hurricane season are often sown far from our shores. It's a process that can take days or even weeks to unfold, but it all starts with a single disturbance over warm Atlantic waters. We'll be monitoring this system closely, and we'll keep you updated with the latest forecasts and developments as it progresses across the Atlantic. Stay tuned as we track the potential beginnings of what could become the next named storm of the season. Watching three systems at once is normal for this time of year. The Atlantic hurricane season runs June 1st to November 30th, but the real action peaks from mid-August to mid-October. Warm ocean water and low wind shear create ideal conditions for storm formation. This year, we've already seen 4 named storms, slightly ahead of average. Every season is different. Some start fast, others ramp up later. The key is to stay prepared all season long. It only takes one storm to make an impact. Florida's long coastline means everyone should be ready, no matter where you live. Preparedness isn't a one-time event, it's a mindset. Know when to be on high alert, but make preparations before storms threaten. That's how you keep your family safe. Knowing about storms is only half the battle. Action is what keeps you safe. Prepare now before a storm is on your doorstep. Build a hurricane kit, food, water, medicine, flashlights, batteries, weather radio, first aid kit, and cash. Some supplies are tax-free in Florida, making it easier to stock up. Make a family plan, know your evacuation zone, where you'll go, and include pets in your preparations. Designate a meeting place in case you get separated. Stay informed with updates from the National Hurricane Center and local news. Keep your phone charged and have a backup power source. Taking these steps, kit, plan, information, means you're ready for whatever the season brings. Preparedness brings peace of mind.